Hey guys, and welcome to game number 72 out of 100 of the Mack vs. Machine series, where I'll be playing 100 games of Scrabble against the top online bot, HastyBot. We're coming off of a good win in game number 71, so hopefully we can keep things going today. So let's jump right in. We will be first with kind of an awkward rack here. 3 pairs of duplicates, 2 A's, 2 G's, 2 T's. We'd actually amazingly have a 8-letter word if there was a W on the board with gigawatt, but we are going first, so that will not be happening. I guess we have a few options here. I mean, we could play... Yeah, I mean, we could play, like, Agita or Taiga. It keeps GT, which is pretty lousy. Could play Gag, could play Gaga, could play Giga. You could actually do something amusing and play Giga over here, so that if you draw the W, you have gigawatt. I don't think that's actually worth it, though, because it gives back so much more displacement between the vowels, or between the vowel next to the double letter and the A in the double lane. It's kind of amusing, but I don't think it's actually correct. There's also only 2 W's, so the odds of you drawing it are pretty slim. But yeah, I don't like Taiga at all. I want to get rid of both G's. So yeah, I think it's a matter of Gag, Giga, or Gaga. The thing about Gag is it does set up the A hook, but it also gives back an E hook. Giga gives back an S hook, which we don't have. Gaga doesn't give back any hooks, so that's one advantage. TIT is definitely a little bit worse than TAT, though. So it's kind of hard to say. I think all the plays are pretty mediocre. I feel like Gaga is probably better. I mean, the difference in leave is marginal enough. I think it's nicer to also give back 1 less floater, right? Because you're giving back only G's and A's, so it reduces his bingo percentage a bit. Also, just that it doesn't take an S, I think is a little bit safer. So I think we're going to go with this. Okay, so yeah, he just plays KEA. Not the best draw for us, but not the worst. I'd like to play Odie somewhere, but that doesn't look particularly easy to do. Could play Tokay, but that does not score very many points at all. Yeah, I don't really have anything, bizarrely, that goes under KEA. At least that gets rid of the Y. I mean, I could just play, like, Yo, but that's pretty bad. AEITT is just way too heavy on the 1-pointers. Do I have anything overlapping with OK? I don't think so. I mean, I could play Kitty. Keeps 3 vowels, though, which is just ugly. Maybe could Tokay actually be my best play? I mean, EIT is about as good a leave as I'm going to get with this rack. It gives back a bit. It doesn't give back a ton, though. It does take out a few of these floaters. It gives back this line for 7s, which I don't love, as well as the Tokay's hook. I mean, I could just, like, keep things really tight with Yo somewhere. I don't know. I hate keeping AEITT, though. It just feels like unless I get really lucky, it's going nowhere. Awkward rack. I mean, another option, I guess, would be Gaiety. He also played off 2 tiles, so he probably has a fairly strong rack. I hate opening all that up. I think I'm going to go with Tokay. It's not a great play, but I'm just failing to see anything better. And it doesn't give back a ton. Keeps a good leave. Okay, so that did backfire a bit. He plays Nymphets for a pretty large score. And we pick up WU, unfortunately. One of the worst 2-tile combos in Scrabble. So we're probably going to have to... Yeah, I don't even know what we're going to do here, because I'd love to play Wood somewhere, but I don't want to play it here for like 12 points. I guess if I didn't play Tokay, he would have I wasn't going to stop him from bingoing, though. He had stuff like haptens or heptans. Do I have anything from this P? Not that uses the W. I mean, I could... It's probably too risky. I could play weird. Takes an O and an S and a Y. I could also just play weird, which is kind of interesting to set up my D. That's probably a little bit more prudent. Like, I want to be aggressive, but I don't... I'm down 80, but it's early, and there is still life to this board. I don't need to be desperate yet. Like, I don't want to just give him an easy 40-point play and make his lead 100 on the spot. Like, I still do want to be a little bit cautious. Of course, DUT is not a good leave. That's the biggest problem. But, I mean, I don't know. Should I play Wood for 12? I could. I mean, it does set up a nice line for, like, IER bingos on column D, which is cool. I still have the ETS on the right. Maybe this is better. It's definitely best for my bingo percentage. And if I can bingo once, I'll be right back in this game. I kind of think I should just play Wood, the more I think about it. I like the idea of weird setting up weird, but DUT is just ugly. I'm just so much more likely to actually bingo after this. I think this has got to be better. I'm going to play it. Okay, he plays beer over there. Didn't quite get a bingo, unfortunately. So maybe just Obe somewhere? Not sure where exactly, though. I don't have much to this OT. Maybe OB, just to open another line. Scores pretty well. TEER is quite solid. Yeah, because once he blocks the left now, I'm starting to not have a ton of lines, so OB's probably fine. I could also go with OB down here, which gives me a great line with Robe as well as the bottom. So this does give me 2 lines, so sort of forks the board, which is nice. So either of those are options. I'm not sure which one is better. Probably... Because Obe also gives back a lot bigger scoring plays, which I don't really want to do for him. I think I'm going to go OB. It also scores a few more points. Okay. So he plays Meal. I fortunately didn't hit anything. Creature doesn't fit. Don't have any 7s. Do I have anything extending this AB? Like Abreact, that doesn't work. Huh. Yeah, I hate to do something like Q because it blocks my lane. I'm also getting very low on time already. I need to play faster. There's been some tough decisions this game already. How about Iku, actually? Yeah, I didn't see that at first. Yeah, this is fine, because it still keeps a good lane there with EW. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, he plays Liquor. Still not getting a bingo here, unfortunately. Hatteria with an I. Or reattach attacher with a C. Guess just Heart. Score pretty well. Have Bell now, B-E-L-L-E, as a possibility. So just do this, and hopefully I'll, one of these days, be able to get a bingo. Alright, I did get one, finally. I have Terrain, T-E-R-R-A-N-E, which plays here. So hopefully he doesn't score too much coming back. Welp! He does score a lot coming back with a 9-letter word of trioxide. So this is not looking good at all. We have ignifies with a G, minifies with an M. This isn't a terrible rack for 8s, but unfortunately not going to materialize here. And yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty much just lost. I mean, he's going to block this T. I don't really have a good way to, like, I could open another triple or something. But I don't even really have a good way to do that. I need to get rid of at least one of my eyes. Probably just finer here to score. Maybe he doesn't block the T because it's HastyBot. It is conceivable. Yeah, let's see what happens. I mean, I don't have anything better than this as far as I can tell. He does leave it open and opens another triple. Innocines doesn't fit. Pinions plus an S, there's nothing there, I don't believe. Well, now, I mean, I don't really care about spread here, so I might as well just go all out. Like, you never know. If I can pull a Z or something in a blank and get a big triple, like, I actually have some chances here. He said now it's very easy, right, for him to block both of these. If he just plays through this T from here or through this P, then both of these are blocked and I'm totally lost. So I might as well try this. I could either do that, or I could play, and this might even be a little bit better, actually. I could play Ions and Ekus. That's probably a little bit easier to hit than an S in that spot, now that I think of it. So yeah, I think I'm going to try Ions. Let's see, maybe something crazy will happen. You never know. Alright, well, I think that's that now. Yeah, he bingos again with floatage, and I pull CWZ, and I'm down by 200. So that is that for this one, guys. I don't think I have anything else up my sleeve. I mean, I'll still, just for the heck of it, like, I'll still just play Was. Because maybe I can draw, like... I mean, I don't even know what I can draw with this leave. But you never know. Like, I'll still do this. Because why not? Incisors. But it's not a triple. Yeah, alright. Well, at least we'll get an out bingo. There's in cross too, but yeah, incisors is the play, because in cross doesn't fit. Okay. So we cut it to about 100, 483 to 376. Yeah, kind of an awkward game. I may have misplayed some of the earlier turns. It was just very awkward. Like, I kept being sort of close to a bingo, but not quite hitting it and not having a great way to score. So we'll look. I may have mishandled some of those plays, but towards the end, I mean, once trioxides came down, I don't really think I had much of a realistic shot. But let's see. Yeah, tough opening rack. I mean, Giga, not surprised, obviously, that it comes out a little bit higher in equity, but not by much. It's 10.35. Gaga's 8.89. So everything is tight here. Apparently, Gaga's about a 1.5 point equity sacrifice, which sounds about right. ITT is definitely worse than ATT, but again, it probably reduces his average score by that much, because number one, I give back fewer bingos, or 8-letter bingos, because I'm only exposing 2 unique floaters as opposed to 3, and number two, I don't give back this S-hook with Gigas. So I think Gaga's fine. I'm okay with that play. Oh yeah, this kept a really strong leaf. I actually almost gave him help desk, I guess. That would have been pretty cool. But yeah, here, toy. I don't know. Maybe I should have done that. I didn't see Yeti. That gives back a lot, too. Yeah, I mostly considered Oi and Tokay. I didn't like Kitty at all. Yeah, maybe Yeti? It's such a bad-looking play, though. I mean, AOT is pretty weak. It gives back a lot of big scoring plays on row 12. I guess it is 8 more points than Tokay, though. Maybe I should have just gone with Toy. I mean, the nice thing is oftentimes when he bingos, like if he bingos here, he'll be giving me back a lot. Or even if he bingos here, he'll at least be giving me floaters. So if I think he has a really strong leave after KEA, maybe that's the best play. Also just doesn't give back an S-hook? I don't know. None of these options are very appealing at all. I mean, yeah, Yeti, it is 8 more points than Tokay, but it keeps a worse leave, and it definitely gives back a lot more bingos and scoring plays. I don't know, maybe I should have played Toy. I don't think Tokay is a terrible play, though. I mean, like I said, with this rack, he would have, I mean, he has, yes, oh, Skent is a really cool play, too. Making the blank a C, which is very counterintuitive. But yeah, I mean, he has other 7s, too. He has haptens, as I mentioned. He would have had heptanes through this A, and phenates if I didn't block it. So yeah, if I had played toy instead, he still definitely bingos, right? I mean, well, does he? Actually, would he have not bingoed after toy? He has heptagons. Okay, he would have had heptagons through the GO at the minimum. Because, yeah, haptens I don't think would have fit, and Skent would also not have fit. So actually, toy comes close to stopping all his bingos, but yeah, he would still have heptagons through the GO. Which, of course, he would have found because he is a computer and knows every single word on the face of the earth. So he would have found heptagons, and game would have gone on from there, and who knows what would have happened. But, okay. So, yeah, here I played Wood. I strongly considered Weird and Weir. Ultimately, I didn't like Weird because I'm giving back O hook, S hook, Y hook. And, I mean, it is a lot more points. I do realize that. But UT is also, or DTU especially, is just so much weaker. Weir, of course, does set up the D hook, which is nice. But I just felt like my immediate bingo percentage is so much greater after Wood. Because EIRT is so much stronger than DTU. DTU is really not a very good leave at all. And I think my priority here has to be trying to bingo ASAP to get back into this game. So it is a point sacrifice, but I don't know. I think I'm okay with Wood. It didn't work out very well, but I had my specific reasons for doing it over Weir, and they still sort of make sense to me looking back at it now. So, I mean, it's not like I would have had a much better rack if I kept DTU. Right, I mean, I drew OBE, so I would have had doubt and an E, so I mean, I probably wouldn't have had all that much either. But, yeah, I mean, OB seems fine. I saw prob, but I definitely don't want to keep 3 vowels in a consonant when I'm trying to bingo. So I think OB is perfectly reasonable. Opens another line here, scores a decent amount of points. He plays meal. Yeah, EQ looks good. You could go with acute as well, but AERT is much stronger, much more well-developed leave, and I definitely want to be maximizing bingo percentage. When you're down 100 like this, you definitely need to rely a little bit on getting lucky. You're not going to be able to come back from big deficits like this in general, right? Just a good principle to keep in mind. You have to kind of assume you're going to get lucky, so it's better to at least, minimize the amount of luck you have to have if you can. So if you keep a good 4-tile leave as opposed to a good 2-tile leave, then it's just a little bit less lucky you have to get to draw the bingo, since you only need 3 reasonable tiles as opposed to 5 reasonable tiles. So definitely maximizing bingo percentage is usually the way you want to go in these kind of situations, if you can score reasonably well while doing so. And that's exactly what I did. He plays Liquor. Still no luck for me here. Again, much harder to play Heart than Earth. You're still keeping this AERT leave. Sooner or later, bound to connect, and I eventually do on this turn with Terrain over here, which now it cuts me, brings me within 60, cuts my deficit to about 60, but all hopes were pretty quickly dashed after he slaps down Trioxides for 100 and back to down 150 with 3 eyes on my rack. Not much else to really do here, I don't think. I mean, Finer, maybe If. Yeah, I probably should have played If here, actually, because it does... Yeah, I definitely should have played If, because it sets up a line for my S now with XIS, because with Finer, of doesn't take an S, so I'm not going to be able to hit this. But If, at least, it also gives me probably some better chances to hit something through this T, given I keep the E and the N, which are very strong with the T. So I have slightly better chances to hit a triple-triple. Like, I could maybe draw into Niteries or something like that. But, yeah, Sadnir, maybe. It's still very bleak either way, but I do think If gives me some better marginal chances. Of course, he already has the blank here, so not much I'm going to be able to do. I could very well throw in the towel with Pinions, but I figured with Ions, I mean, there's triple-triples open all over the place. He's probably not going to be able to block all of them, and, there's still a blank, there's a Z. I'm down 130, which is not insurmountable if I can get a triple-triple. I mean, if I can draw the Z and get like something crazy through this eye, for 200 points, then I'm going to be right back in this game. If I can draw Unitizes, for instance, right? I mean, that'll be 200 points. So you never know. It's very much worth a shot. But yeah, he just bingos again. And at this point, I mean, I play was just because there isn't really much else to do. I could play fizz, keeping 5 consonants, but I figure there's probably at least something I can still draw on the triple, so I might as well try. I don't even think it would actually be enough to win at this point, given I'm down 200, but at least I did manage to get an out bingo of incisors. Incross does play over here, but incisors clearly more points. So I go out, and yeah, it's a bit of a rough loss, but I don't think I played too badly. Maybe earlier on, some of my plays like Tokay were questionable. Finer was a bit of an inaccuracy, I think, over if at that point in the game, but again, given my deficit, it would have made probably no difference. The Wood play was also really interesting. I did sacrifice a lot of points there over Weir, and that may have worked out a little bit better. Hard to say. So definitely a lot of questionable plays. I don't think any clear mistakes, and definitely no egregious mistakes, though, so I can't complain too much. HastyBot definitely was due for a game like this where he drew a lot of bingos. So yeah, again, can't really complain. It was still an interesting game. I felt I did a good job, at least at the end, with plays like Ions, at giving myself some outside chances to pull this one off, but it just didn't work out, and that is how it goes sometimes. So there you have it, folks. That is game number 72. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you all soon for game number 73. Thanks, guys, for watching, and have a good one. Bye-bye.